Today we're going to be taking a look at some interesting statements from people within the case, whether it applies to those that attended the party or the parents of the kids that went to the party. That's what we're looking at today. Take in mind, this probably will be broken down 1 to 3 videos. If you wonder why, it's so things don't get mixed up. With each individual person and their statements, they need to be separated so we can look at them bit by bit. I will provide links down below in the pinned comment, and I'll probably update that after once my other videos come on out. And I'll just link it all up so you can go from one video to the other, okay? So make sure to check the pinned comment after watching this video and be on the lookout for updates ahead coming today, okay? As I said, 1 to 3 videos. I might merge 2 together. It depends how long they are, to be fair, but just be on the lookout for it. Welcome to those who are watching. Share your thoughts, opinions in the comment section down below and your responses. We're going to kick things off today with the first video looking at SH. SH is the homeowner of where the party house and the party occurred at, okay? Oklahoma near Terrell, kind of north of it. SH, the initials, also known as Stevie Howard, the mother to Carter Combs and Avery Combs. Avery and Carter are sisters, and their mother is called SH Stevie Howard. Hopefully that clears that up there. I am learning these initials as we go along. Some mistakes might be made here and there, but eventually we'll adapt. And I'll try and provide some more initials with time and the meanings behind them. But let's just focus in on what Stevie Howard had to say, the homeowner, I guess in recent time. And it actually came up on Reddit, so credit to the Reddit page for coming across it. I'll read it to you. You can listen in if you want. I might even analyse as well. I think there's about 5 pages, quite some long paragraphs. It'll be interesting to read to see what Stevie has to say about the situation, whether it be the party or Noah directly, considering, just as a very small history lesson, if you weren't aware, SH Stevie Howard was the one that did the previous responses, what we looked at, where they were calling people out for having special needs that they couldn't understand an autopsy report, and also replying to someone saying, "You're next," as if you're the next person that's going to die. And then before that, SH also being responsible for saying, you know, if we, the parents, are so bad, you know, if we were responsible for Noah's death, we would have done a better job at hiding his body, right? This is all coming from the same person. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to find it today. If I can, I will include it in this video later on. Be sure to stick around because there was another suspicious comment made by Stevie Howard. So if I do come across it, I'll share it with you. But first and foremost, we need to get into the statement and see what they've had to say. Here we are. So there is a title and a caption as well, I guess, summarising part of the conversation, key details. Read that out first and then we'll get deep in. More excessive explanation from Stevie Howard. This is a big deal to me because SH admits that TH never saw Jack Newton leave and come back. And this also explains why TH never saw KP, also known as Kaden, I think. Kaden's 5:15 timeline now has more credibility, in my opinion. And I believe that 5:15 timeline is what we looked at previously on my channel. It was like, what do you call it, like a graph or a bar going across an actual timeline. And I think, 5:15 was it worded as? I can't remember. I'll have to look back at it, but let's just see what's mentioned here. Once again, I will zoom in so it's a bit easier for you to read. It is kind of blurry, not gonna lie, but I can still read it. So, Stevie Howard, the homeowner, what does the mother of CC and AC has to say here? Let's begin reading. So, from my understanding, he is confused on time, not calling him a liar, but he can give his account and I'm only giving mine as I was asked. I wasn't there, but Jack Newton was shown the pings from the phones. I was not. But I do not need it because I already know for a fact there was never a service truck. It was a white Ford company's truck. I assume that's what KP is referring to, also known as Kaden. We know there isn't one as it would have been on Minimark Cam, I think I saw that before, or my father's cameras, as they're to show the road leaving and or showed the service truck heading north as well at any later or earlier time, meaning hours later or prior, even there was no truck service, no service truck, either way would have been documented. Do you see what I am saying there? Oh, why does it do that? They have to travel past those cameras going into Oklahoma through Terrell or exiting back to Texas. All other vehicles are accounted for in addition, but there is absolutely no service truck. The supervisor and truck driver found Noah first, and times coincided with that time they claim. Family even something phones ping. Right, so this all seems to be to do with the phone ping, and just as a reference point in case you're wondering, we looked at that conversation like 2 videos ago when Jack Newton was responding back to whoever it was now, some person called Joseph, about phone pings and how Jack's phone pinged near to Noah's body at a certain time, probably before the truck driver passed by. And that's what led to that polygraph test. That's what Jack basically worded it as. Because of that phone ping and where it was, decided to do a polygraph test to clear things up there. And he said he passed. I've not heard it from the police directly, but that's what Jack said, that he passed the polygraph test. And as for the explanation behind the phone ping, Jack said the cop told him, the police, that because of a bad signal, a bad service out there, it's what led to the phone pinging inaccurately. So it wasn't that there was no service at all, it was just the signal was bad. So I guess intermittent, faulty, mistakes could be made. I'm not an expert with phone pings, but you can let me know, has it happened to you where you've had a bad signal and it's led to your phone pinging in the wrong area? All I can say is when I've tried signing into something online and there's been a verification code on another device saying, is this you who signed in? And it actually gives a rough location of where the sign-in occurred at when the person did it. And I'll tell you something, when it gives the location is nowhere near where I'm at. It just gives a random location at times. It's a little bit odd and it's kind of inconsistent, but it does happen. I don't know if that has any link or applying similar to phone pings or not, but let me know your thoughts there. But in terms of this truck, I don't know if this is in response or trying to debunk a possible hit and run when it comes to a truck or something, or semi-truck like what Jack Newton was highlighting from what we looked at recently, when Jack was saying either it was a semi-truck and the driver responsible, or it was the Texas boys. And Jack was saying how the semi-truck could have been responsible as it was driving past, clipped, the mirror hit Noah's head, and that's what caused the death and the damage, etc. But here, the way it's coming from SH, the mother of CCAC, also known as Stevie Howard, she is saying how because of the cameras and they weren't showing any trucks at the time or traffic, there was no service truck nearby, so it wouldn't have been the cause for the death of Noah. If I'm correct in summarising that, what's been said here, this looks like it is halfway through a conversation, so it is kind of difficult to keep up with it all, right? Let's move on to the next slide. Zoom in a bit. As it's returned, the LE told us themselves. One was Jack's that pinged and asked if he'd take a lie detector test, as it was around the same time it was called in. Right. Okay. But could vary. He obliged. Jack passed. So TH not seeing Jack leave to go tell the other kids, I believe he did not see him leave. But yes, his phone records showed us very clearly he did. I think there was so much going on at the time, and TH's main concern was Noah and trying to help that he didn't notice the very short time frame he had left. Who is TH? Is H for Howard? Is this something to do with the father, the husband of SH? God damn it, these initials are a pain in the arse. Why can't people use bloody first names? Be a lot easier. Christ. Anyway, let's move on. Don't know why it keeps glitching. Very short time frame he had, especially as Jack Newton, from my understanding, was walking back and forth and was talking to his dad, Caleb Newton, on the phone, and had separated himself from TH and Driver as he was crying. Jack agrees with TH and KP that he was not in the fetal position, but just looked to be laying on his side asleep. Noah's brother is the only one I have seen to have said he was in a fetal position, and he was covered at the time. He said he saw blood on the material covering him and looked to be in such a position. Again, I don't think he is lying either. This is how his brain processed the image of his brother. I mean, to process it as, oh, this person saw that individual in that position, but then another individual saw that person in a different position. Okay, different interpretations may be. But if one's got a bloody sheet covering the body and the other one doesn't, I think it's very clear to tell the difference. One must be lying, or one must be making mistakes, the other one must be telling the truth. As for the sheeting being laid over, I mean, I kind of get that. It can happen, like privacy, and maybe to prevent people from looking or taking any photos if there's any passerbyers. I get that, but at least when I've read the official news articles, in recent time, or the last one, which dates back to May or something, but I looked at it recently, mentioned about shorts by the side of him, but not folded, and no sheet over him. And then I started to learn about the shorts being folded and placed near to him. Some are saying Jack did it, others are saying police did it. So it varies there. It's not looking good, is it? Lacking clarity. And now we're talking about Noah, his actual body, laying in a fetal position or not. I would say if he was, it's kind of like, not cowardly, but, you're cowering in a corner because people are standing over you, like a bully situation. You're getting kicked repeatedly and you're in a fetal position trying to protect your head. You're covering up your face, your ears or your eyes. That's why it feels like to me, and that would sound like a beating on the spot at the highway. If he wasn't in the fetal position, then maybe just placed aside or chucked to the side, possibly. People were saying how can he be in a fetal position, with a broken back or broken neck? Well, I mean, if you got broken bones, especially in certain areas, you'll become more floppy, won't you? You probably fold up, literally. Just like how when a person falls off a building, land on the ground, the whole body can get mangled. It can fold like a lawn chair because of the bones breaking. It's not supposed to bend that way, but it ends up doing so when it's broken. Easier to fold. So there's different ways of looking at it. The fetal position could be from, broken bones and being all floppy and how the person was chucked or placed, or the fetal position could be from being beaten up, right? And having your hands over your head. Different ways of looking at it. If there's anyone in the comment section, can you explain who TH is? What does that name mean, the initials TH? And as for KP, I've heard that, Kaden, but what does P stand for, the last name? Right. Blood on the material covering him. See, this is the thing. If there was now blood noticed on material covering him, that means there was more blood, right? But how it's been worded elsewhere with the other articles, they said there was only a little patch of blood on the side of the road or so. Anyway, let's move on here. The home's still in the floor What's that? The home's still in the floor in the bathroom and given to police. That doesn't make any sense when they came inside. And then they gave them to his brother. He was naked when they found him, and his shorts were in the road, not folded until after the LE did their job and processed the scene. Right, yeah, I've heard that before. All calls coincide with the time 5:53. Yeah, I've heard that. My call from my girls, as KP stated. So when SH says the call from my girls, that is Carter Combs and Avery Combs, because their mother is called SH, who's commenting here. If anyone wonders why I'm being a little bit repetitive with the names and recalling them, is because I'm learning on the spot and it helps with my memory, and it might help with some of my viewers as well who are hearing about it for the first time. Right? Repetition is the key to mastery and understanding. That's why I do what I do. Anyway, SH says, my call, blah, 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 as they were crying. My daughters were crying in the kitchen when he left. Was after 6 a.m. The other two parents confirmed this time as well. I think that the lighting and headlights and standing around him gave the impression of shorts by shadow cast. What? Hence black. Also, from my understanding... Oh, right, so he's talking about the headlights creating the illusion of different coloured shorts or something. I don't know. Anyway, also, from my understanding, the three boys never exited the vehicle on the opposite side of the road, and Jack is the only one who approached them and told them they didn't need to see this, which is why TH claims to have never seen them there. I asked Jack, and he said he walked over to the car and told them, and they agreed and drove right back to the house. And again, the men who stopped to help have no reason to lie. I'm sorry, but it's proven that there is no service truck, period. I answered your question knowing you will call me some sort. Do you know what I'm really surprised by? And it depends when this was posted as well. How come this homeowner, SH, is actually writing normally, or should I say typing normally? No threatening behaviour yet, no insults yet. This person appears stable. So what the hell's going on? Anyway, moving on. Something stated Jazz, I think short for Jasmine. JM. JM is Jasmine Milan. Okay? Jasmine Milan, I believe, is the one that had that Instagram or Snapchat photo before hearing about the news of his death, Noah, by saying Noah is missing around the time of when he left the party, and she was smiling in that photo. Ever since being deleted, but I do have it archived and I will post it on my channel somewhere and we can analyse it if needed, right? Because you never know, if information does get deleted or is hard to find, you need somewhere to be able to find it more easily, and that's why I'm doing these videos and why I'm doing 2 to 3 videos today, just because of the statements and their individual ones. They might contradict with one another, who knows, but let's just look at it bit by bit. Okay, so Jasmine Milan, they were crying in the kitchen when he left. Oh no, that's not Jazz. Oh, for God's sake, it's the way it's written on here. Forget what I said before. But, you know, JM is Jasmine Milan. But what's worded on here isn't Jazz, it's as. There's a fucking bracket next to the A. Oh, I detest language and typing and poor image quality at times. You see why it does. So let me just make a correction. What we're looking at on screen right now is a follow-up from the last slide, what we're looking at, where they said how Carter Combs and Avery Combs were in the kitchen crying when he left. So we saw that before. It's just that when I read the top part, it looked like JAS, like Jazz, short for Jasmine, but no, it's stated bracket, close bracket, as they were crying. Just want to make that very clear before we go any further. Anyway, what else do we have here? I've seen all this. Is this like, apologies, did I click on the same slide or something? I don't know. Confirm this time. Opposite claim. Agreed. That is so weird. I swear I just read it out before. What the fuck? Right, yeah, I saw that. Unless I didn't click on the damn thing. Oh no, maybe there's a bit more lower down. Maybe it's like doubled over 2 pages. Right, I'm sorry, but it's proven that there is no... Okay, knowing you'll call me some sort of liar or I'll get some sort of repercussion, but I don't come on here mouthing about anything I can't back up. You asked, I gave you answers. Take it or leave it. It affects me non-disrespect. I can't read that. Can I move it? No, I can't. Right, a bit of contradictions here. SH says, don't come on here mouthing about anything. Wait, I know. She says, but I don't come on here mouthing about anything I can't back up. So, do you have proof and evidence to say that people have special needs then? Do you have some kind of proof and evidence in the background about being supposedly responsible for disposing of Noah? Do you have any proof or evidence to explain your reasoning behind your toxic attitude at times? Well, maybe it's not warranted. Interesting. Anyway, let's move on to the next slide. I don't like this layout. It's awkward. Final slide. So, SH there. Oh, well, maybe it isn't. Why hasn't anyone found a picture of this bub guy and asked Kaden if that was who he saw? Such an easy way to either confirm or rule that out. Admin, we did. Was it him he saw at the scene? Admin, he saw JM. JM, I guess, Jasmine Milan. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the JM. So you got JN, which is Jack Newton, and then you got JM, Jasmine Milan. Whew. It's easy to get a bit confused, isn't it? There we go. As you see, quick responses. Why not whilst we're here? Why is SH so concerned about the difference between a white company truck versus a service truck? It's a difference in semantics, not in actual statement. I'll say his name with admiration and trust. I believe Kaden. He's hurt to the core and unable to move forwards after this brutal end. He is above reproach. I don't know him, but he'd be my pick of loyal friends. He's a special kid. He's got a great mum, sticking to his guns and being very respectful about it. Someone should start him a GoFundMe. He really deserves something for his bravery. What, paid for being brave? Isn't normally a GoFundMe where money is raised for a cause? Maybe someone's got an illness. Maybe someone needs treatment. Maybe someone's lost everything in life. You know, what would you get paid for here? Just by, what, you start a GoFundMe and you get paid for being honest. Okay. Maybe it's different nowadays. Anyway, what's this? Damn it, SH. So, damn it, Stevie Howard. I can't keep up to save my life. So his black shorts were still in the bathroom and the police got them when they went to the house. But then he was naked and his shorts were on the road unfolded. Help. And then what now? Wait, what? KP was empathetic that Noah was wearing black shorts. Emphatic. Sorry. Let me read that again. They all sound the same bloody words. What? KP was emphatic. So, like, for certain that Noah was wearing black shorts when they went to check his body. But in recent time, we heard it about the shorts being white. See, to be honest, and I'll just use my common sense at the moment. I don't know if that I don't know if there's any resistance out there that might get triggered by my common sense, but nevertheless, you know, if there was like an ATV incident round the back of the property at the party before Noah left and it tipped over and then Noah got dirtied, muddied, whatever you want to call it, taken to the bathroom, had a shower, whether hand washed or not, which is a bit questionable, washed down, change of clothes, change of shorts, wouldn't be a surprise. It was worded as a beige shorts changed into. As for the actual scene of where his body was found later, there were white shorts. But if this is like early hours of the morning and it's still a little bit dark, it could be hard to tell what coloured shorts they are unless the lights are beaming onto them, right? So what I'm thinking is, had an incident at the party, change of clothes, washed up, freshen up, right? Hence colour change. That's what I think. What's going on there? I don't find it hard to believe Noah would have quite a few shorts at the birthday girl's place. Noah would have quite... Why would he have... Is that being sarcastic? I don't know. And this one. What's this? JN, Jack Newton, gave Noah's brother the black shorts that I seen on his body. There were no black shorts in the bathroom. She is just simply trying to gaslight people and make an alibi for them. Right, so this person must be calling out Stevie Howard, I think. Maybe. JN, Jack Newton, gave Noah's brother the black shorts. Why, though? KP responds to SH confusing allegations about the shorts. I was reading comment because this is exactly what I just read about. It's enough to pull your hair out. I know some may not be aware of time and think approximately, but when they're sure it's crazy. I'm trying to build a timeline to guesstimate time of death and being found. Beginning to think they're not into time. This case is drowning in inarticulate communication, especially from SH. The other thing that this case is drowning from is the amount of bloody names and initials and weird or dodgy wordings and language which I've never really seen or heard before used. It's interesting. So SH, her writing skills are just so poor, she's become another distraction. But it's just interesting how she wrote those paragraphs, SH, and then you compare to what we've previously read, you wouldn't think it's the same person because they seem to have a bit of a snapping attitude to some people out there and maybe very defensive. In any other case, would anyone be listening to anything the mother of two suspects had to say about evidence? Fair point, because, maternal instincts, looking out for her two daughters who are at the party that could be people of interest. It's normal that you would protect your daughters or your sons, etc., especially if you're the mother as well, because of that emotional connection. So when the mother does start coming out talking, you got to be cautious and wary, because whilst the mother wasn't there at the party, the daughters could have confided in her and then learned more about it and has kept quiet since. You never know. And whenever the mother gets very defensive, is that because people are questioning the likes of her daughters or not? Because if so, maybe some touchy subjects in the background, maybe. Anyway, what's this? She is taking what everyone else has said and put her own spin on it. You have to focus on the elements of truth. It's a big deal that the initial 911 caller never saw KP at the scene or JN leave and come back, because it might prove that all that happened before the initial 911 caller got there. So, as for... Oh God, what was the initials of the other person? Oh, I can't find it now, screw it. Where are we at? Exactly. It also calls into question why OHP were not called until 5:53. We had on podcast that other first responders arrived before them. We heard. What's going on with the spelling? Is there no autocorrect when you type online? I don't know. So OHP, what does that mean? Oklahoma something police? Oklahoma Highway Police? Is that what OHP means? I've heard the timestamp 5:53. When a truck driver was passing by and noticed the body and made the call. And I heard about Jack Newton saying how at 4 a.m, that's when he knew about Noah passing away. And just based off that and what he said himself directly, it makes it seem like he already knew about it before that truck driver got there and passed by. So it would highlight that, well, Did Jack get there to the body beforehand? And why did he not call the police? You know, what we can do is use common sense, and we can really break it down in a basic way, but just not yet. In time, that's what we'll do. Quite heavy with information and supposed information. Might be able to whittle it down with time. Let's just finish off here. Cheap caregiver. Stevie Howard really makes me question my reading and comprehension skills. Yeah. But to be honest, quite a lot of what I've read in general elsewhere as well has confused me. Buttercup. Who is SH and TH? Oh, we might get a bit of an answer. The party mama to birthday girl. Someone's downvoted it. Well, that's great. TH must be a relative, possibly brother. TH is one of the truck drivers. Ah, there we go. See, that's what was on my mind before, where it said TH didn't see JN or KP at the scene, whatever. Right, so TH is one of the truck drivers, I'm assuming, who, called the police? Why can't you call it just like, I don't know, why can't we just use the full name? Wouldn't it be easier for people? I think so. It's like Kenny Veach. Okay, at times I've used it, KV. But when it came to Dylan Rounds, I never said DR, because that could sound like Doctor. Doctor Who? Not quite. And in other cases, you can have initials which cross over with other people's names, and it just becomes so damn confusing. That's why I like to say their full names for context. Okay. Appropriate says, for this woman, SH, okay, Stevie Howard, to make sense, we have to get drunk. Oh boy. I'm on my second glass of wine, so I'm good to go. I don't drink any alcohol, so I guess I'm screwed. Enjoy, or do you need a third glass? Right, whatever. Oh, we're getting the photos as well. Kitchen. And just to be clear, that photo, that kitchen, is not of the party house, in case anyone wonders. This is just somebody else's personal house. Just so there's no confusion. Anyway. I wonder if Stevie Howard would supply our wine. Careful, it might be poisoned. That's just a joke, just in case. Lemon. I saw part of this on what I could see on Facebook. How does she know what was on the cameras of the mini-mart? How is she privy to all this information? The mini-mart Stevie Howard refers to, I believe, is in Terrell, across the road from none other than JTW. Stevie Howard's step-grandfather. Right. If NP means Noah Presgrove. If Noah Presgrove was sleeping on his side, wouldn't that be considered the fetal position given NP's height? The other thing to highlight, I think what someone said on my channel, is it possible that Noah Presgrove was put in the fetal position, almost like the recovery position, when whoever found him, like the truck driver or the police? But surely you would know if the person's alive or not just by checking the pulse. Anyway, this person here says, shadow cast of shorts, laughing my ass off. Can anyone confirm that JM is referring to EM father? What does that mean? Can anyone confirm that Jasmine Milan is referring to something Milan's father? Stevie Howard's brother-in-law, also where the hell is EM's mother? What the hell? This is like code words. If anyone can clear this up in the comment section, just to be for definite, who is JM? Who is EM? Leave it down below. Edit to add, if Stevie Howard's stepfather / father, as she refers to him here, has cameras, wouldn't there be something? How can there be cameras, all these people, and no one saw one thing? Maybe it's people keeping quiet. SH just thinks everyone is stupid. Oh, we've seen that previously. The only thing to highlight though, near to the party house and beyond where his body was at, there was no cameras down that highway. Further back down to Terrell, yeah, but along that highway, rural, desolate, kind of empty, no cameras in that spot. If there were cameras, it would have made everything a lot easier for sure. moving on. Confirm what related to JM, EM and EM's mother. What do they have to do with this? JM and EM address is the same as AC, also known as AH, at least publicly. What? So AC, Avery Combs. So you're saying what? Jasmine Milan and whoever E. Milan, their address where they live is at the same place as where Avery Combs lives at publicly. Right. This bin says, yes, from what I've gathered, they lived in that house for many years until they moved to Duncan 2 years ago. Just haven't updated their stuff, more than likely because they own a house in Duncan and reside in Duncan. Right. Is JM and EM sisters, or are they like a married couple? Not lesbians, but like an actual married couple, normal. Oh, there's a weird noise in the background then. Trying to understand this, it's a bit annoying. This is starting to feel like algebra. I can't even keep up with all the initials. Damn right, Ariel. Like, what is going on with all these initials? Why can't people just type out the full names, or at least the first name? It only takes a few extra seconds to hit a few keys on the whatever you type in. So confused. If the white truck driver never saw KP, KP saw a different white truck, the white truck driver never saw Jack Newton leave the scene, and KP swears he was woke up at 5:15, what does that tell you? I'll explain. It means that maybe Jack Newton was at the scene, goes home to tell everyone at 5:15 what happened, KP follows him back to the scene and sees Jack Newton, white service truck, white semi-truck, and JM, whoever. KP, Kaden, sees Noah Presgrove in black shorts, runs to his Jeep to get a blanket, but is told to leave on his way back with the blanket. Kaden leaves to go back to the house when TH, regular white truck guy, pulls up. He thinks he's the first one at the scene. Jack shows up and TH never sees him leave, or KP shows up. All of that happened before he was there. That's quite a mouthful, to be honest. My God. Do you get it? Not at this moment, but I probably will at some point. Okay, well, at least you get it now. Please explain it to me. So, you can take this... Oh, bollocks. Why did it kick me off? Useless! Let's get back to wherever we were. See, this is what I dread when it kicks me off, because I've got to try and find it all over again. So, the best way to word things at this moment in time, whether it be new information and statements coming out or stuff from the past being dragged up once again, because these statements, I don't come across them on Facebook. I'm trying to look and I just don't see them, unless they're old ones, unless the people have been blocked from the pages or the comments have been deleted since. I don't know. What I will say is, yes, there is a lot of confusion. There might be some misunderstandings, but it's fully understandable. The good thing is, though, when it comes to the community, through the misunderstandings, for most part of it, there is no tension, not much conflict. That's good. So people can make mistakes, people can learn, and vice versa, without all the other unnecessary conflict. It might differ elsewhere, of course. Right, where are we at now? Oh, God. Right, what else? Jack Newton had to be at the scene twice to see Noah and to tell the friends. Carter Combe said Jack Newton had to go back and couldn't leave Noah alone in the road. Well, that itself, how it's worded, does make sense. What I would highlight, possibly, if Jack Newton was there the first time and then came back a second time, the second time he came back was at 6:05 a.m. from the timeline what we've read previously. So what was the timestamp of the first time round he got there? At what time? Didn't it say something about 5:15 or something? Jack Newton made it back to the house and told people what was happening about finding Noah dead. And then after 5:15, going back to the road, the highway at 6:05. If 5:15 was the case, and that's the time he made it back to the house, it could possibly explain why Jack Newton said at around 4 in the morning, that's when he knew about Noah passing away. You get what I'm saying? If for some reason Jack Newton was at the scene of Noah's death at around 4, and that's when he could recall notifying and relaying that's the time Jack saw Noah dead and passed away. Morning, spending some time cradling him. I don't know, to be honest, because wouldn't there be DNA on it? But then, from 4 to 5:15, that's like an hour and 15 minutes. You're not going to spend an hour and 15 minutes in the dark on the side of a highway there. You're probably going to get cold as well. I don't think you're going to spend that long there. And then if it was getting back at 5:15 to then tell people in the house what's happened, then from 5:15 to 6:05, what happened in between that to get from point A to point B? Did anything else happen along the way? That's what I'm relaying from what I remember of, right? Now, Rat says, I mentioned that on the Facebook page about him saying alone because that indicates that there was no one else there when he left. Of course, someone had to just to make excuses about what he meant. I can stand people who enable their kids. So they know the guy in the semi who lives in Ryan. I have no idea. I've been obsessing over trying to make Kaden's statement make sense, and I've been needing some confirmation on whether or not TH saw him leave. Oh no, I clicked on the wrong button. It's going to kick me off again, isn't it? I know it won't. I just click on see full discussion. I forgot. Right, what do we have here? Piecing together various stories. Kaden, KP, was woken up at 5:15 by Jack Newton saying Noah was dead. And we heard about that previously in the timeline. And Jack Newton stating that Noah passed away at 4 a.m. So 1 hour, 15 minutes passed by since Jack Newton was there at the scene, made it back to the house. 1 hour, 15 minutes passed by. That's quite some time. Kaden, KP, says they went to the crime scene there. There were 2 trucks there, one of which was a service truck, a heavy-duty pickup carrying tools, mobile crane, etc. First responder tells KP, Kaden, and friends to leave. Does Jack Newton leave now too? Guy driving the Ford F-150 oil field pickup sees commotion and stops. Oklahoma Highway Police is called at 5:53. Jack leaves text to his father, Caleb Newton. Jack's dad, Caleb, says he received a call at 6:05 from his distraught son who had just come across the crime scene. Yeah. But why at that time? And why call then when supposedly Jack was there the first time round earlier on? Questions. Service trucks are heavy-duty pickups like an F-250 or higher, if it's a Ford, but it could have been another make. TH, the truck driver, explicitly said he was driving a 2019 Ford 150. Are these 2 different trucks? Second question. The big rig driver said he was travelling south and saw the body on the side of the road, then had to drive further south to turn around. So the big rig should have been pointing north. Which direction was the big rig KP saw heading? Okay, I get that. Big rigs have GPS. Big rig drivers, I've got to be careful how I say that, big rig. It's a bit awkward that. Drivers carry cell phones. Company-owned big rigs also typically have dash cameras for insurance purposes. I'm sure the police checked these records and know exactly when the big rig who was on the scene when the police actually arrived at the crime scene. There was a rumour that there was an Oklahoma Highway Police bolo for a black pickup truck. Whose was it? There was also a rumour that a white car stopped at the scene but did not stay at the scene. Who was it? Right, answers to some of the questions. Kaden can't remember who told him to leave. Jack Newton stays. Oilfield F-150 guy pulls up to an empty scene. Never sees KP at all and never sees Jack leave the scene and come back. If you're saying that the truck driver didn't see KP at all, that would highlight KP was never there. For you to say or to relay that the oil field guy in his truck ended up not seeing Jack leave or come back, well, if you don't see the person leave the scene, then they must remain at the scene. It needs to be worded a little bit better, to be honest, anyway. Oil field guy calls 911 around 5:50 something. 5:53. Terrell VFF show up first, followed by sheriff, and then investigation is handed to the OHP. Kaden is adamant that he saw a service truck. He's been shown a photo of the oil field guy's truck and confirmed that's not it. So yes, this indicates that there were two different trucks. Where did you see that the truck driver was headed south and turned around? That would make no sense, as Noah was in southbound lane. Not sure about the GPS or dash cam. I think the truck was rumoured to be JN's. Don't quote me. I think the truck was rumoured to be Jack Newton's. Right. No idea about the white car. Sounds like about her rumour, but who knows. This is the thing. One truck driver, two truck driver, how many truck drivers? How relevant is it to the case? How specifically relevant is it to the death of Noah Presgrove? Is anyone indirectly, covertly suggesting the idea that one of those truck drivers was responsible? Because how it's been ruled out since, hit and run, taken off the tables. Not likely at all. So really, the truck drivers, I'm guessing the relevance there are witnesses of who they saw from the party at that scene and at what time, and whether any of them were there to begin with, right? That's summarised very roughly, in case you're wondering. From what I have gathered so far, Kaden did not see Tyler. Who's Tyler? Never heard of that name yet. Nor did Tyler see Kaden. Well, that's great. Here's what my opinion is in regards to those two. 5:15 a.m. Jack Newton awakens Kaden. Kaden wakes up the other young men. He drives his Jeep along with the other young men to see Noah's body. 5:20 a.m. or so, Kaden and the other young men were told to return to the house. Jack stays on the scene. 5:40 a.m. Tyler sees Noah's body whilst driving on his way to work. This is why Tyler never saw Kaden and vice versa. The only thing I can't quite recall at this point was whether or not Jack Newton was there when Tyler came across Noah's body. Right. According to Jack Newton and TH, the truck driver, TH, was first on scene. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The white semi, same one, showed up second, and then JN. See, this is the thing, when it comes to truck drivers, you could interpret it as, oh, are all these truck drivers in on it together, or they're showing up just as concerned as their friends from the party. No, if you think about it, if they're coming the same way, driving up the road, and it just so happens that a truck's pulled over by the side, it's going to create a bit of a blockage, isn't it? Things and vehicles will have to slow down regardless whether they can pass by or not. It creates a traffic jam, and then maybe they get out of the vehicle to have a look and see what's going on, etc. So that's the way I see it. Response. I'm speculative of anything Jack Newton says at this point. Stevie Howard and Jack Newton are pushing for the 6:15 a.m. timeline in order to disregard Kaden's. They're trying to mesh theirs with Jack Newton's text to his dad. I've said this before, we would have a clearer time when or if we hear from the other young men. Was it dark when they saw Noah's body? Sunrise apparently was around 7 a.m. Well, before that will be dark, of course. As for Tyler, of course, he said he was the first on the scene around 5:40 a.m. He did not know that Kaden and the other young men left at 5:20 a.m. Right. The easiest way to word it as, if it is TH, the specific truck driver, who was regarded originally as the first on scene, as the official news articles state, 5:53 being the time of when a call was made to police. Anything before 5:53 a.m. you could consider as suspicious. Anyone that went to the scene or passed by or came back a second time round, anything before 5:53 a.m. you could say is suspicious. Because if it's at 5:53 that a truck driver who doesn't even know who Noah is, or at the time, end up seeing it nearby, maybe turning around to park up, or maybe just being on the right side of the road at the time and parking up, to then instantly make a call, that person's got better spatial awareness and reactionary timing than any of the others do, right? Because if anyone else, such as those from the party, decided to go on down the road for whatever reason and then find Noah or check to see what the situation is with Noah, where his body is, did none of them think, oh, maybe we should call the police? No, we'll wait a few hours. Oh, and then the truck driver comes by. How incompetent. That's the way I see it. Okay? What else? The reason why I'm believing Kaden at this point is because Tyler said he stayed around 10 a.m. If we go by Jack Newton and SH's timeline of 6:15, why didn't Tyler and Kaden see one another? Kaden and the other young men would have arrived and left at 6:20, yet we haven't read Tyler say anything about seeing the young men, Noah's friend. Where's that gonna take me now? Robin said that the white truck driver had some very interesting things to say. Gosh, I'd love to hear what that was. Oh, really? Yeah, and Tyler had no recollection of Jack leaving and coming back. Look at Stevie's shitty ass excuse for that. There's literally 3 people that were supposedly there. Stevie wants everyone to think Tyler is going to be so consumed with what's going on with Noah that he just doesn't notice that one of 2 people disappear. This chick has been getting away with this her whole life. It's about time that she learns a lesson. And don't get me started on the gaslighting that is going on with Kaden's statement. No one is picking apart Jack's account like they are Kaden's. They're posting articles about how trauma can distort recollection. So annoying. Right, let's go back to the full discussion if possible. Of course, it sends me back to the beginning. Great. A lot of conversation here. Definitely. Right, so with that. I saw part of this on what I could see on Facebook. How does she know? Oh, yeah, we saw that, didn't we? Right, we saw that. Lemon is way ahead of all of us in understanding this is the case because I'm still on who is TH. TH is the truck driver they claim was the first on scene. Right, what's this all about? A little map there. I don't know what that's about, to be honest. Terrell Mini Mart convenience store where cameras are. Ah, right. Didn't it say something about KP and some guys were down there or something, getting gas? I can't remember. Okay, exactly. SH is acting like you can only come in from one of 2 ways. One more point. Why does anyone think the information the police gave Jack is wholly true? As they were questioning him, they could change details, make up details, leave out details. That's true. That's true, as Robin was told that 2 phones pinged at the scene where Noah's body was, but Jack Newton stated that he was told only him. I remember that. So yeah, it seems like they're using some type of psychological tactics on him to see how he responds. I think that happened in the Dylan Rounds case as well, being told different information or being told the information separately. She said a lot without saying anything at all. Her mum married the rich guy in a town without a police force. The only thing they have is a volunteer fire department. Her stepdad owns a ton of land and appears, according to public records, to be pretty business savvy, but I can only see her as a red-headed stepchild. Her brat attitude may have been cute when she was young, but it's gross now and she's teaching her girls to be worse than she is. It's gross and like, congratulations that your stepdaddy gave you a busted up trailer on 1 acre. Does that make you queen? No. Get the hell out of here with that. Have you seen her LinkedIn? It's on here somewhere. Why would she be selling herself so damn hard if she was the Beth Dutton of Oklahoma oil industry? Whatever's going on there. All right, is there a chance that JM is the father? Oh, right. Is the father of the person who posted the snap? Oh, right. So JM, Jasmine Milan. The father of Jasmine Milan, could that be the person who posted the Snapchat post saying Noah was missing? Why would the father do that? That's a bit weird. Just look at the timestamp. Look at the time of when that snap was posted. People tend to send snaps on the spot, on the go, in the moment. And if it's from the party, it'll be directly from the horse's mouth, right? JM. So anyway. His name does start with a J. The other JM was supposedly on vacation and he does live in another town. What, there's 2 JMs now? Oh, great. According to what I found, so does this JM, like 40-minute drive away. I wonder which direction and when they shut the highway down, but then they shut, okay, whatever. The one that posted, that was Jasmine Milan. Yes, finally, we've got a name. Hallelujah. Daughter of Renee Milan. Not heard that one before. Not sure how RM and SH relate, if they even are. I have no clue who's related or not. Maybe the whole town's related. Is it one of those? Impossible. Well, that sorts out the black shorts issue. I think I'm still confused, but I've got to say I believe her. You believe her? No one is that open with details if they're lying. I just feel she's telling the truth. But no matter something happened and someone is responsible for Noah's injuries and death, he didn't do that to himself, right? -4 downvotes. Not looking good there. See, this is all I would say, right? If you're looking at SH's statement for the first time and you don't know anything else, you may believe in her. But once you know about how she's behaved and other things she said about if we were responsible, we would have disposed of Noah correctly. And that's a fact. Confident in being able to bury a young person and possibly kill them? Why do you even say that within a possible investigation murder case? Digging yourself into a hole. Then to use threatening language towards someone you don't like online and say, you're next. This is all coming from the same person. Might be hard to believe in a way. Anyway, I get where you're coming from. If you can, find the records of all the old messages in the army. The arguments she was getting into with people were completely unhinged. Yeah, there we go. And honestly, utterly fascinating. I've never seen someone be so open with their sociopathic tendencies in a case like this. I'm sure there is always a smaller counter-truth that she's saying, so she can convince herself she is actually being genuine, but she is 100% trying to manipulate the narrative. People agree? You've never met a good liar who embellishes with details. Not saying she's lying, but the addition of details is not in itself exonerating. Liars always talk themselves into a corner. They'll spin you around in circles to get you confused. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there we go. Whew. Bit of a long one, that. Apologies, but it needed to be done. Now, am I able to find the other post? Honestly, yes. Here we go. Boom. This, and I don't know when exactly it was posted, but this is by the same person, the same theme of today. So the way you heard it before, Stevie Howard, the female, the mother, the homeowner, whatever you want to call it, she gave her account, her statement of what's happened and what she knows. And maybe you think, oh, it's somewhat formal. It's not that bad. And then we get the complete opposite here where Stevie says, I wonder who's going to play me as a character in the Netflix movie of Noah Presgrove's death. Once again, who the hell says that? Already jumping to when will a movie be made? When will a drama series be made or a documentary? What is it? And, it can apply to families, it can apply to friends, it can apply to strangers. What is it about the obsession of rushing towards movie production whilst there is an ongoing active investigation and case? Why do we have to jump into the deep end? Why do we have to rush it when you haven't got the full story and not all the pieces have been pieced together like a puzzle. Right, when it came to the Dylan Rounds case, people were shocked by that, how the parents were doing a documentary. And this was long before there was justice for Dylan, long before Brenner was taken in properly and charged, long before evidence being found, really important stuff, and long before, the plea deal was made. So why did it happen so early on? And like here, whether this is in 2023 at some point or 24, still, why are we talking about a Netflix movie? It's not exactly appropriate. And this person, by saying, who's going to play me? Is she kind of highlighting that who is good enough to impersonate me? Who's successful enough to come close to me? Who's bitchy enough to mirror me? That's what it's kind of highlighting here. Now, some people have reacted, found it funny, and others are kind of shocked. Yeah, you could say the person's being sarcastic once again. But if it's them being sarcastic, saying how, I wonder who's going to play me and impersonate me and be like how I've behaved, well, that all comes down to your own behaviour, your own choice, right? If you've acted in a bit of a dodgy way, that's on yourself. You've acted in a dodgy way. Comment-wise, what do we have here? Why does she need to wonder who is going to play her in a Netflix movie? I found that sourcing stuff from Facebook isn't always accurate, but if SH herself is saying it, that makes it a little different. To be honest, after previous things she has said, this wouldn't be a surprise. She's sick. She's loving her fame. It's disturbing. I already responded to another thread. Right, whatever. This is bad. I'm not sure where her conscience was unfolding when she posted this. No one could play the evil trash. This is absolutely disgusting. I'd love to see her in person. It's clear she doesn't give one F's about what happened to Noah. Well, actually, no. She does seem to care about Noah Presgrove because, as she said, Noah deserved better. And if the parents, were responsible, she would have done a better job in disposing of Noah. So, yeah, there's a bit of care. I'm sorry, I'm being a bit sarcastic there. I'm sure them in the background would be able to understand sarcasm. I wonder if we could get the psycho doomsday mum who is in prison for killing several people. Right, well, I think we'll leave it there for now, okay? I just wanted to show you that little screenshot there, just as a contrast as to what we've just seen before, as for that statement. Let me know your thoughts about the statement from SH, Stevie Howard, the homeowner, and the mother of Carter Combs and Avery Combs. They're the daughters. Let me know what you think of SH's attitude, and do you trust, do you believe, do you agree with what she says, or have you seen contradictions? Let me know down below. One last additional point I just wanted to add in as a little correction. As for this video and live premiere, this was the third one of today, the final video of today at least. More videos to come soon. The reason why I did it out of order is because this video ended up being the longest one. And to be honest, the longest video should be the live premiere, so then people have got time to share their thoughts, discussions in the live chat, and etc., and show support to the channel, whatever it may be. So I said, if you are interested in the other videos, there will be a link down below under this video in the pinned comment section with the links to the two other videos I did earlier on. I believe the first one, what I did as of today, would have been and should be Caleb Newton's statement, the father of Jack Newton. Then the second video I did, statement-wise, was to do with KP, Kaden, one of the friends at the parties. So make sure to check them out, see what you think with what they've had to say. Kind of interesting. I think SH is the longest one so far, but they seem to have a lot to talk and say. As for photos and thumbnails, I'll work around that because I don't know what everybody looks like. I don't know everybody's full name, so I can't show, the photos within each video, if you get what I'm saying. But maybe with time and there's more sense on the matter, there'll be more material to work with, because you don't end up using the wrong photo for the wrong person, because that'll just create more mess. So yeah, you got the links down below. Check them out when you've got time, and also in the pinned comment section there are some additional links if you want to support this channel. Shout out to all the people recently for their super chats and super stickers. it's really good to see once again. I know there was a few months where things went quiet, but that could be just because of the cases and the level of engagement with some of them. But it seems like we're on the right track once again, got the momentum in the right direction, doing the right thing. And once again, I'll try and continue for as long as I can when covering the Noah Presgrove case, whether that be 20 videos made or 500. Anything's possible, providing there is always something valid to talk about and appropriate wording is used. If I do ever slow down on making videos each day, right? I mean, that's normal because I never used to make 2 videos or 3 videos a day. I've only done it this time round because there was a lot more to talk about and it's like time limited. If it's just come out or it's only been discovered now, I'd rather keep on top of it so then I don't forget about it. And I think most people are able to keep up with the flow of videos. One video in the morning time, one in the evening, spread it out with some additional links here and there, top right corner of the screen, and you'll be able to catch up. I did create the playlist, that makes it a little bit easier. And I'm trying to make it distinguishable between titles and thumbnails, so it's easy for me as well to look back at stuff in case I needed to for reference. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to share the video and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, good night for now.